Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the final part of Oddworld Abe's Exoddus. Oh my god, we're at the end! Okay, so last part, we finished what was left of Hub 3. And now with all 3 hubs taken care of, we can now finally shut down SoulStorm Brewery by means of shutting down the main boiler in this place. Alright, now, okay, now we'll have, now of course, we need to get rid of all that, all those mines and security. Fortunately, there is that Strike-Hole portal below, but it's like a lot of doing to get our hands on some Strike-Hole power.
Alright.
Welcome to the main boiler! Tampering with the main boiler is forbidden. Following Mudokon terrorists is forbidden. Jumping into Strike-Hole portals is forbidden. Criticizing the full, rich flavor of SoulStorm Brewery is forbidden. Failure to follow these procedures could result in the destruction of SoulStorm Brewery!
Wow.
And that was my impression of the Brewmaster Gluckin. Thank you.
Sounds like a YouTube
Thank you very
commenter.
much. I know, yeah, right? It's like, wow, SoulStorm Brew sucks. How fucking dare you!
Their name's here! I demand to know who is at fault here! You're not pinning this on me!
I'm telling you, it's that Abe guy. Sal, dump it, lose it, get rid of me. I work hard, I work hard.
What if it gets to the boiler?
The boiler? The boiler?
What are we going to do?
The boiler.
What are we going to do?
Yeah.
You dumbasses! Thank you for telling our hero how to shut this place down.
Come on, to be fair, they didn't know he was there.
Still.
Well, to be fair, they're fucking dumb. Shut up. Okay, anyway. Alright. Now, so we have 4 minutes to pretty much get out of SoulStorm Brewery and shut this place down. Oh, first these two deserve some punishment.
Oh!
Well, yeah, well, it is a detention center, so,
it's okay.
you know, it makes sense.
It's okay. They wouldn't have wanted to be around for what's about to happen.
You know what, this place, you know what, spoiler alert if you haven't noticed already, this place is gonna get blown up anyway, so it's like, you know, we're doing them a favor, in a way, I guess. Okay, but yeah, if you guys recall, in Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, it gave you like 2 minutes to save the final Mudokon and get out of there alive before they turn on the gas. But for this final level in Abe's Exoddus, in my opinion, they gave you at least more than enough time to get these last 2 Mudokons in this area and pretty much get out of there. Pretty much. That is provided if you do everything just right and at a decent enough pace.
Okay.
But even I think even if you're off by just a little bit, you're not rushing like all that much, really. I mean, and plus on top of that, you have quick saves. Also, that was kind of weird. It's like I guess there were some layering issues there. We saw the explosion not behind the bone drill in the foreground. All right. But yeah, there's just one Mudokon buddy here, and then we'll run to our second Mudokon buddy, who of course just has to be all pissed off. See, look at this. Rawr. All right. So we gotta get him down by means of turning those 2 wheels. So let's go ahead and bring this really mad boy down. Oh shit!
2 minutes.
Nah, it's okay. We're almost done here. It's like what's left at this point is that we have to turn 3 wheels as shown here, which in return will activate this one lift. Granted, it will also activate the bone drill you see on the very left side of the screen. But even then, once you get, it's not a very hard obstacle to get past, and once that's taken care of, that's pretty much it. Here we are. We're back in the beginning with two our Mudokon buddies safe and sound, and with that, we are awarded with one last taste of Strike-Hole.
Alright.
In order to get rid of these flying slugs and mines.
Correct.
Totally
Well,
wrecked.
that doesn't look like a trap at all.
No. Yeah, now it's good and bad ending time. So, just like how we showed off how it is in Abe's Odyssey, yes, I'll be showing off the bad ending first, and then the good ending. Now again, you'll need to save at least half in order to get the good ending. Now, as shown here, you'll have to get past 3 timed mines to get to that bird portal. That is if you saved less than 150 Mudokons. And from there, you will get this ending.
You're not going anywhere, Stitch Lips.
You didn't save our buddy.
But guys, it was hard.
Jeez.
No way with it.
Well,
Sometime later.
Oh, please, no.
Oh, God.
Oh, not the tear
Yep.
extractor.
It is a thing of beauty. This will be our finest brew ever!
You think we got enough, boss?
What the hey? Let us go for the record! Pop it up!
I'm on it.
Well,
Oops, sorry, boss.
Moida.
I mean, that was a little bit overkill, but it's like, hey, you know what? He's dead, so it's like...
Oh, he's
hey,
actually
hey, you gonna
dead?
get tear? I suppose.
Because he
Alright, but-
transformed into birds at the end. He didn't explode.
Yeah. Alright. But no, this is how it would play out if you saved more than 150 Mudokons. In this level, here, in this part, there are the last 4 Mudokons, and with that, we have successfully saved all 300 Mudokons.
D-
It's not fair! We had twice the flavor!
God.
Really, Ryan?
I couldn't help it.
And I got the usual reception.
It's that Abe guy.
The Mudokons were slowly coming together. And they were using their skills to build something new.
Oh no.
God damn it.
Ah.
Really? They're not gonna take the stitches off their eyes?
It'll all work out, see?
Well, okay. Like what we established in an earlier part, considering that it was more the Gluckon stitched their eyes, they more than likely made their stitches like nearly impossible to take off.
We're taking things one step at a time.
They have in tea.
No, just shut up.
Oh yeah, there's SoulStorm Brew, and then there's Rehab and Tea. Because tea is a much better substitute compared to SoulStorm Brew.
I suppose so.
We're screwed. And we were gonna find them.
High 3. Alright, and with that, that'll pretty much take care of... Hey! There he is! There's our new caster Slig!
Control reports that Abe, the terrorist mastermind behind the destruction of Rupture Farms, is also behind the SoulStorm Brewery atrocity. I hate that guy! The story as it develops. This message brought to you by...
Yeah, also, I really love it how they use the, of course they used a different animation for the Oddworld Inhabitants logo at the beginning of this game, but I also love it how they reused the Oddworld Inhabitants animation, again, like from Oddworld Abe's Odyssey as a little throwback.
Okay.
I thought that was really neat. You're the bestest, Abe! You found all the Gluckon secrets, blew up Necromines, put SoulStorm Brewery out of business, and saved every single Mudokon. And don't even worry about your long-lost Mudokon mother, yet. You'll know all about it when you meet Munch. Actually, no, that is not true. We do not know anything about our Mudokon mother because of issues with development. We were thinking, what could possibly pay you back for saving all of the Mudokons? A trip? Some moolah? Stock options in Viker's Labs? Then we thought, nah. You'd probably be better with just some pretty pictures. Thank you,
Fuck off.
the management. So yeah. To be honest, look, I'm already satisfied that I was able to save way more Mudokons compared to Abe's Odyssey, but the reward you get in the end, I'm sorry, it's cool and all, but it's probably not as rewarding as, say, when you save all 99 Mudokons in Abe's Odyssey.
Just
At
like
least with
Super Mario Sunshine.
Right. So, yeah, at least with Abe's Odyssey, not only did you get more concept art near the credits, but you also unlocked theater mode. And so it's like, I'm surprised they didn't do something along those lines in Abe's Exoddus, considering that they went, like, way more cinematic compared to Abe's Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh well, what can you do? But yeah, at this point, this is pretty much it. It's like, they'll play through the rest of these pieces of very, very pretty concept art, and then it'll get straight to the credits. So with that having been said, after quite some time with Oddworld Abe's Exoddus, what did you guys think?
I definitely see a lot of improvements this time around. I mean, it's like gameplay-wise, it's pretty much the same as the first one. But, they added some new concepts to it and everything, that you could do some more stuff, which I thought was a much needed improvement.
All right, BJ, how about you?
BJ?
Oh, sorry.
BJ?
I muted myself for some reason. Skip to Russell real quick. I need a second to compile my thoughts.
Okay, Brandon, how about you?
Well, I certainly got more laughs out of this one than I did out of the first one.
Again, I'm telling you, man, when it comes to this game, you are the Abe's Exoddus laughing track.
I guess so. I hope there's nothing wrong with that.
To be fair, it's like, yeah, you can take it as, like, in kind of a fucked up way, but it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, it's video game slapstick, okay, and there's nothing really wrong with a little bit of video game slapstick now and again.
Yeah, it's supposed to get you laughing and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah, which is kind of like the time when we did Parappa the Rapper and I was fucking around in stage 2.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
I remember.
But yeah, it's like anything you wanna. Actually, come to think of it, it's like, BJ, you compiled your thoughts already.
Skip to Danny. I need another second.
I already did my piece.
Then skip back to Russell. Then.
But I already did my piece.
Then skip back to Danny.
I was like, BJ, just say something.
Something.
There, you're done.
God damn it.
No, I think I don't know. I'm not quite sure what to think, because, like, obviously
Really?
some gameplay improvements were made, but like, I don't know. I don't think I feel any different about this one than I do the other one. Like,
I do think that the way that they handle certain puzzles and certain aspects of Abe's Exoddus was a lot more, what's the one I'm looking for? Interestingly creative compared to the first one.
Yeah. But it's like...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
It is also clear that the developers got a little cockier at the end here, because, like, whereas the first Abe's Exoddus, it ended on a more ambiguous note. Like, but then here, obviously, they got the funding for a sequel, and now they're like, okay, we got this. We're gonna turn this into a franchise. Let's end this one on a cliffhanger. And then what happened?
Okay, well, alright, well, you mentioned earlier that you kind of felt pretty much exactly similar to how it was with Odyssey, so, you know what, now I'm curious, because I wanted to ask you three. It's like, now you've seen the full extent of Abe's Exoddus, in your opinion, which one is the better game? Abe's Odyssey or Abe's Exoddus?
I gotta go with Abe's Exoddus. It's kind of like how I said, a lot of it is pretty much the same as coming from Odyssey, but the stuff that they added in there gameplay wise, like, you know, the more abilities and stuff that Abe can do, which probably leads to what Brandon was saying, was about how the puzzles got a lot more creative and everything to make, you know, to make use of all these new abilities that he's got this time around. That's like, you know, yeah, I'd say, yeah, Exoddus is a big improvement.
Brandon, what about you?
Gotta give it to Exoddus, to be honest.
Okay. Now, what about you, BJ?
I'll just say ditto and be done with it.
Okay, alright. I know. Okay, alright. Yeah, you see, I'm fascinated that you think that this is probably the superior game or whatever, especially with what your initial thoughts for this game were, like, before I asked which one was the better game, BJ. And I was saving this important fact, like, right the moment I finished asking that, because this game was rushed.
Was it?
Really?
Yeah, this entire game that you've just witnessed is, in fact, a rushed product. I kid you not.
Huh.
Yeah, no, okay, see, here's the thing. Like, shortly after the success of Abe's Oddysee back in 1997, of course, Lorne Landing and Oddworld Inhabitants felt the need to go ahead and make a sequel, but GT Interactive, they were like really, and I mean really up for the idea. They literally pushed Lorne Landing and the Oddworld Inhabitants crew to push a sequel. It's like, alright, look, here's the thing. We love Abe's Oddysee, we're glad that it was a major success, but here's what we gotta do. If you guys want to make a sequel, we need to meet this holiday deadline. So in this case, you have like 9 months to make this Exoddus game before the Christmas holiday. So get on it. So yeah, this literally took them 9 months to make, which is why, yeah, for starters, yeah, as you could clearly tell, they pretty much use the exact same engine as Oddworld's Abe's Oddysee, and in that way, I guess I could kind of forgive like why certain parts of the story didn't make as sense, like compared to how it was when I played this game like many years ago or whatnot. But even with all of like the technical issues or the limited amount of time that they had and all of that jazz, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, Abe's Oddysee will always be an instant classic for me. But it's like, yeah, compared to the two, yeah, no, I strongly agree. I feel like even regardless of how rushed this game was, this stood out as the better sequel. I felt like even with 9 months, they were still able to add so much more to Abe's Oddysee. They improved the gameplay. They added more to it, like in regards to like Mudokon emotions, like expanded Abe's chanting ability. Hell, you know what? Seeing as how this is a cinematic platformer, like ever since Abe's Oddysee, they really amped up the cinematic portion of that genre when it comes to this game. Yeah, it's with all of that, especially with how the story was handled. Yeah, this was a fantastic sequel. I would definitely come back to this way more compared to Oddysee. But another thing, considering that this was a rushed product, this is not how they originally intended on writing the story of Abe's Exoddus. And this is why I am really excited to see what they do with Oddworld SoulStorm whenever it comes out this holiday season. Because as we established in the very beginning, Oddworld SoulStorm is supposedly not just a simple remake of Abe's Exoddus, but a pretty much revisiting of Abe's Exoddus. They're gonna take all the time that they need to flesh everything out and make the game the way they intended on making Abe's Exoddus in the first place back in 1998. So yeah, I am really looking forward to what they have in store for Oddworld SoulStorm.
You know, it's amazing when you think about it. I mean, I know, like, you know, late 90s game development, very different from what we've got now and everything. You know, games were a lot cheaper to make back then and stuff, but it's amazing to think that in 9 months, you know, Oddworld Inhabitants and everything was able to craft this game and make it better than their last game. And then we look at companies today, like we look at BioWare and Ubisoft that spend years on games, and they're a glitchy, fucked up mess. Like Sonic 06. Sonic 06, a bunch of the Assassin's Creed games, Mass Effect Andromeda. It's like, how do you get away with that when you have years of development and some of these companies have the money to back it up and everything? How is it that they end up with these messes, and yet we had this one company crank out this thing in 9 months and make it superior? It's like, it's I mean, again, it's probably because it's a different, like I said, different time. Game development was different, 20-something years ago. But still, it's kind of sad to think about that,
Oh yeah, no, I strongly agree. It's actually, it's like, speaking of Sonic 06 or whatever, it's like, here I am listening to all these people be like, okay, come on, you gotta give Sonic 06 some credit. It was rushed, so you can't really hate on the guy. And yet it's like, yeah, look at this. Look at this entire fucking game.
Yeah.
They were able to whip this game out within 9 months, and it still turned out to be a fantastic game.
Though you have to admit, Sonic 06 is a godsend for the speedrunning community.
But regardless, if anything, I think it maybe it's just like, I guess maybe if anything, that just shows, I guess, like, the talent that they had, working on this game and everything. Because, I mean, it's like, to think that, these guys accomplished this in such a short amount of time. And it was a complete game. It was not glitched out or anything. And it was a massive improvement. I mean, it's kind of like, Ryan, if you remember when we were talking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Phantom Blood, and I made that comment about how in Phantom Blood, and the whole first part of JoJo's is 9 episodes long, and it took like 3 or 4 episodes to craft their villain. And then you look at like Shonen Jump shows today, like Bleach and Naruto and One Piece and all the shows that we got today, and you've got characters that, years worth of screen time, and they're nowhere near as developed as Dio Brando was, and he was developed in 3 episodes. What's your guys' excuse?
Right? Yeah, exactly. Alright, but anyway, with that will do it for Oddworld Abe's Exoddus. So yeah, it was, again, not as long as Final Fantasy VII, but even so, regardless of all of that, I really do hope you guys have enjoyed this playthrough of Oddworld Abe's Exoddus. In fact, considering that I've been waiting so long to show this game off to the 3 of these guys and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, it's like, I hope you guys had a great time watching from this playthrough from beginning to end. Same thing with you 3, even though a couple of you have been on and off sometimes. But anyway, yeah. With that having been said, join us next week as we get into my next playthrough, whatever that might be. We will see you guys. Did somebody from one of Brawlfan 1's art streams ask for these nerds to play through a superhero video game? Well, let me tell you something, buddy. You are so in luck. Oh, and by the way, great job with actually calling that shit. So, see you guys next week, because these schmucks are gonna play through a game that is actually cool and not obscure in the slightest. So, see you then!